Namaste, yogis. Welcome to your Monday mini practice. I'm Carter, and today we're going to be working on inversion, so moving in towards headstand. Let's get to our mat. All right, yogis, we're going to start with the hand placement, so I'm going to get a little closer to you. So the hand and the arm placement for the start of headstand is we're going to interlace our fingers, and we're going to take these two pinkies, and we're going to stack them. So our hands kind of look like this rather than this. And sometimes if you have a lot of rings, you may have to pull these off. Let's do this to start with. So cross, stack pinkies. Thumbs are up. Hands are here. Elbows are going to be a little bit closer than shoulders because when we press down, they're going to press out a little bit. So this is the hand placement, right? Or what it looks like for the hands. Where we're going to rest on our head is we're going to take the palm of our hand, we're going to rest it to the bridge of the nose, and we're going to take our middle finger and just bend it and press. So right around there. So that's the crown and that's the forehead, somewhere in between, all right? So kind of that spot's where we're going to be resting onto the ground. So not right on top of the head and not on the forehead, somewhere in between. So we're going to interlace, we're going to stack the fingers, and we're going to cradle the head, elbows are in, okay? Now you know the hand placement. Let's come into let's come into hero's pose. So knees together, toes together, draw the hips back. So let's interlace the fingers, let's stack the pinkies. Take the elbows inside the shoulders and plant them onto the ground. All right? So the work here is we're really working through the shoulders, a full extension rather than collapsing. So there's not a lot of weight on the head or the neck. So what we're going to do is we're going to find that spot on the head, not the forehead and not the crown of the head, somewhere in between, and we're going to find the floor. Once we find the floor, we're going to take the hands and we're going to cradle the head so it's like a wall. And then we're going to draw those elbows and forearms into the ground and we're going to press out just a little bit so it's nice and stable. Now for any of you that don't do headstand or have any neck issues, this may be it. So we're pressing the elbows and forearms into the ground. The head is just barely touching, so you're working a lot through the shoulders. So this is where I want you to stay for quite some time until you get comfortable with this posture. The next part of it would be down dog legs. You roll over the toes, you lift the knees and lift the hips. So again, now we're starting to press more into the elbows and forearms, and we're keeping the shoulders down and away from the ears. This may be it. You can take breaks, you can lower the knees down, you can come into child's pose, and then you can come back into it. Keep in mind, if you come back into the pose, you may be fatigued with the arms, so do a little less the second time you come back into it. If you want to go a little bit higher, walk your feet a little closer so the hips are getting a little bit more over the shoulders. Now, you don't kick the feet up into headstand. You draw the knees towards the belly and you stay here and then slowly lift your feet up. Extend and lengthen through the shoulders so the arms are working and tucking the tailbone. You can stay here as long as you like. But when you're ready to come down, you come down the same way. So knees towards belly, feet down. And then everybody goes into child's pose to give that neck a break. Rock the head a little bit from side to side. Even take the hands to the base of the neck, a little massage. So do it again if you want to try it again. I'm going to give you another option. We're going to go onto the wall. So if you are not comfortable, but you do want to come up, you can take your mat to the wall, give yourself a little bit of distance. I like to go for about fingertips to elbow. And fingertips to elbow, that's the distance. Interlace the fingers, draw the head down. And now you can kick up if you're up for it, but come into the same way. So into down dog legs, walk the feet forward, lift one leg, search for the wall. If you can't find it, kick on up, then start to extend the feet. Coming down the same way, don't just drop the legs. So you're going to bend the knee, bring the foot down, drop the other foot, child's pose. Rock the head. Massage the base of the neck. So if you did your one pose and you were like, wow, that was intense, try a little bit lighter of a pose. So again, you can always interlace fingers, put the elbows down into child's pose legs, head down. So even softer. You can come on up into table legs. Arms are pushing down and away. If the elbows are too far out, you're going to have too much pressure on the head. So you keep them in like you're hugging your ears. Down dog legs, walk the feet a little bit closer, draw the knees towards the belly. Maybe you stay here. This is an option. Maybe lift one leg up and then the other leg. If you're doing a headstand in the middle of the room, be careful that there's nothing behind you. I have a tendency to fall over often. Coming down, maybe one knee towards the belly and down. The other foot down. Child's pose again. Last option. I'm not a handstander, but I like handstand. So we can do handstand against the wall. Same options. You stay about the same distance away. Elbows, hands down. Come into a down dog. You lift one leg. And with that bottom leg, use that to spring up and do it nice and easy until you find the wall. Then you take your time getting up. And once you do, you can walk up. And it's easy peasy as you come on up. All right. So take your time, one or two options. Once you get there, give yourself some time to breathe. Make sure that you go into child's pose afterward in a moment. And you can repeat this practice every single day if you need to. If there's any issues with your neck, start a little bit slower. If you have any issues with your eyes, you may not want to do inversions. So make sure you take it nice and slow. I broke my neck when I was about 15 years old playing hockey, so it took me about 6 years before I could do a headstand and be comfortable with it. So take your time. So thank you guys so much for being here and sharing your practice. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section below. If you like this practice, give me a thumbs up. If you want to do some movement, an extra 20 minutes, click here. If you want to do an extra 30 minutes, click right there. And make sure you subscribe to my channel by clicking on that little picture of myself over there. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.